you see a problem in the world, you can't just be a bystander of just watching it. You have to actually put some work in and actually do it, because no one else is actually, you can't really do it because no one else is really going to do what you're going to do. So if you want something done, you need to do it yourself, and get others involved so that you can have at least a background and have support for your organization.
If you see a problem in the world, don't just stand around and watch it evolve. Get people involved. Well, the Haskill family in Rock Island didn't just stand around. They saw the problems with clothing in the foster care system. Through the adoption of their daughters, Amy and Amber, in 2011, they began to learn more about the problems in the foster care system, and the family took action by forming their own nonprofit organization called QC Closet2Closet.
When the girls first moved in, they really didn't have any belongings, right? So we bought them a new wardrobe, new clothes, and at that time in their life, they were growing very quickly, so they outgrew their clothes very fast. So their clothes were barely worn, and so we'd get them new clothes, and it was time to get rid of the old ones. Amber said, "Well, what are we going to do with these?" And I said, "Well, we're going to give them to Goodwill, right? Someone else can have them." And she said, "Well, could we give them to foster kids?" So we started thinking about it and started doing some research and kind of came up with the idea for Closet2Closet. It was really Amber's idea.
One time when we were off on a trip in Florida, I believe it was Florida or California, I think it was Florida, we were listening to the radio and we heard about something similar to it, just regarding, I think it was homeless people, just giving clothes out to homeless people, and at first we were just planning on maybe getting donations and giving it to the foster or social service that we got Amber and Amy from, and give the clothing to her siblings and stuff, but over time it just developed into this big, massive project that it is today.
And we held our first clothing drive in 7th grade with the student council at Washington Junior High, and our goal was to get 2,000 clothing or 2,000 pieces of clothing or more, but we ended up getting a lot more than that. And so now we hold around 15,000 pieces of clothing, or maybe even more. We have a lot, almost 2 million.
This big project officially gained nonprofit status in April of 2015. Although they started operations in September 2014, it can take a very long time to be granted nonprofit status. A nonprofit needs a board, and Allie Haskill is the president of the organization. The board meets every quarter to discuss plans to expand the organization or prepare for future C2C events.
Steve had the great idea of Festival of Trees, doing a Closet2Closet tree, and I'll have a little bit of flexible scheduling in the fall maybe, so I would love to help out with that. But do you know what the deadline is?
They just had a member drive, I think, in April.
Is it August that you have to sign up?
I think I'll find out.
I've got a packet right on my desk.
Yeah.
Would you take me a picture or something?
Yeah, I'll
and send
just
it to me?
absolutely, but it's not too late.
That's what I thought. Someone told me they thought it was late summer to
I can just.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get another packet?
Yeah,
Maybe
or just a copy.
I'll just forward it to you.
Yeah.
She'll do it by email.
I thought that'd be a fun way to,
Closet2Closet has quarterly shopping days where foster children between 10 and 18 years of age are invited to pick out clothing. However, their care package program has grown the fastest and is a very large part of the organization now.
We got a call for a 13-year-old who was moved in the middle of the night into a foster home for the first time, and she had the clothes on her back, so she has no clothes to go to school this week. And then we also got called by a high school counselor because there's a child in foster care that is wearing clothes that are probably 2 sizes too small. So this was a really neat evolution, I think. What we were finding was we had a lot of children that were referred to us and that we, would call and say, "Oh, come shopping on our next shopping event on, June 1st." And June 1st would come and we would have, some shoppers come, but let's say 30 children would come, but we had 150 who were eligible to come. And we started realizing that a lot of our foster families that we work with have really large families and a lot of challenges themselves. And it was just very hard for them sometimes, even though the children needed clothes, it was hard for them to get them there on those specified days. We don't have any plans at this point to have like a normal store where we're open all the time. So what we do is we let everyone know when we have these events. We schedule them a year in advance so people know. We give them little flyers and let them know. But even still, we were having a hard time getting them there. Foster kids have a lot of issues. They move frequently. They might have 3 or 4 different homes in a single year. So life can be chaotic. So getting to our shopping events on a specific day is problematic. So we all brainstormed and we thought about, is there a way we could do like a mail order type of thing? We were thinking like on Amazon, how you can put in your preferences and then, get things that are customized to you, delivered to you. And we thought, could we maybe do something like that? For Amber and Amy, it was really important that children have a say in the things that they get. And that's something with Closet2Closet that we're very, very proud of, that children get to pick their own things, which is a problem our daughters experienced when they lived in foster, was that they didn't have a lot of control. So we had to face the reality that our clients couldn't always get to us on the days that would work for us for shopping, but yet still let them have some say in their wardrobe. So the care package solution was one that we came up with, and it took off wildly. So we believe it's actually a great solution. Because we have the inventory to sustain it, we just didn't have a mechanism to get the items to the kids. So social workers, when they go visit a child, might give them this checklist that we have that's almost like a catalog, and it says like what size they wear, what age they are, what their favorite colors are, even if they have like a favorite sports team or a type of clothing. Like a lot of the boys we help, for instance, like Nike athletic shorts, so they could even say, hey, I like Nike athletic shorts. And then we would do our best, to accommodate that, especially when we're packaging large numbers of them and we have all of our inventory, because our inventory has we think about 8,000 items currently in it. So when we can lay everything out, we can, it's like being at a store, we can customize the care packages. So anyway, that's kind of how that came about. It was a solution to the problem that we were having a hard time getting our shoppers here on specified dates. Let it down just a little. There we go. No. Oh wait, there you go, try. This is where all the magic happens. We actually started this thinking that we could store everything at our house. And we just didn't have a good concept of how many things we would get. And so the first time we had a clothing drive, we got 2,000 items, which is quite a bit, but it would still fit in our attic at our house, in our garage. And then we ended up ballooning. I mean, we've gotten over, we actually haven't tallied recently, but definitely over 15,000 items in the last 2.5 years. And we've given away about half, but we still have, roughly 8,000 items. So the storage unit became a necessity because it overtook our house. So we'll take this home, we'll pack these up and take them home and put them in like nice bags and give them some like toiletries and things to make it look nice. And we wash everything, so everything is either new with tags or washed and sorted and smells good. And so we put it all in nice bags before we give it to the kids, so it looks good. This young lady that moved in the middle of the night doesn't have anything to put them in, so we'll actually package her care package in a suitcase so that if she's placed in an emergency placement, so she probably won't live at that foster home very long, and so that way when she moves she can have the dignity of having her clothes in a suitcase instead of a garbage bag, which is not always the best feeling. From what our daughters and other foster children with whom we've worked have told us, that's pretty demoralizing to have to put your belongings in a garbage bag. So anyway, so we'll give her a suitcase. Should we give her one of these too? That's cute. Feels like there's something in this.
No.
Amber, as someone who was actually in foster care, is there anything similar to what you guys do right now to where you received anything like care packages or shopping days that you do for Closet to Closet?
Like, we only got the angel tree and that's about it.
And what is that?
It's a tree that we get every Christmas, basically, and it's just what the Catholic charities give us.
And
So-
that was that clothes, sweetie, or was that
It was toys.
toys?
It wasn't clothes, it was just toys, and usually it's not clothes that kids need. I mean, toys that kids need. It's mainly clothing, because that's what we lose, and toys aren't that important. Well, they are important, but
Not a basic necessity.
yeah.
Well, we did good though. We found enough stuff to at least give them something.
So that's it.
That's all we're doing today.
That was fast.
That was 2 care packages. We're gonna pack 120
Oh
at
my God.
least in June. But as you can imagine, when everything's laid out, it's a lot easier. This digging for specific sizes is not ideal.
So it's not just a one-time thing where it's just one and done.
Oh, yeah.
Kids can keep on coming to the shopping days.
Follow the children, not the foster homes. So what that means is, it's really not. It's pretty standard with older foster children to have a variety of foster homes. For example, my daughters and their biological family, there are 6 children, and together they have moved over 40 times. So, there's a lot of turnover in foster care, and so when kids move, they frequently lose. Like they'll get a wonderful wardrobe from us, and if they unexpectedly move, they may leave it where they were and go to the next home without their clothes. So kids that once they're in with us, they can come as much as they want. And as you can see, we have a lot of inventory, so we can support that. And we just, if they need clothes, they come. If it's a new season, we don't think foster children should have to wear, hoodies in the middle of summer, which sometimes is what happens if they don't get to choose their own wardrobe. So they come we just outfit them. So when they move, we keep in touch with the child, not their foster home, so we can actually, be sure that they stay on the radar even if they move foster homes. That's something that's very important to us.
Closet to Closet has grown substantially over the 2 years of operation, and the Haskill children have been nationally recognized for their work with their nonprofit. In 2015, Logan was one of 22 students out of 44,000 nominees to receive a $5,000 scholarship from Coca-Cola. He then traveled to Atlanta during that summer to complete Coca-Cola's Pay It Forward Academy. Amy and Amber were Rock Island Citizens of the Year in 2015, were Labor Day Parade Marshals, and have been featured on Paula Sands Live.
You're in a national magazine and all that. They're twins, by the way, so this is Amber and that's Amy. I have that memorized now.
Yeah,
Good to see you both again.
Most recently, the twins were honored at the Love Awards put on by Love Girls magazine, where they were awarded the Community Service Award.
Who supports us on nights like tonight when things are going well, and also on nights when they're not going so well, for always being there for us. Thank you so much for doing this.
How much have your children, all of them, Logan, Liam, Amy, and Amber, impressed you with how involved they are in the community and their generosity?
It's really amazing. So, all the work that they put in through Closet to Closet is amazing, but I will say that they've gotten a lot out of doing it as well, right? So it was all time worthwhile, very well spent. They put a lot of work and a lot of effort into it, but it's given them a lot of opportunity, and it's taught them a lot of things, just about people and about relationships, about kindness, and it's also given them opportunities they wouldn't have had at that point in their life. A lot of business type opportunities that are, been great, and, they've got to talk to people they wouldn't normally talk to, senators and such. They've also gotten to, give presentations in front of groups, volunteer organizations, churches, groups that just want to know more. And they wouldn't have had those opportunities to develop those skills without Closet to Closet. So I mean, it's really been a great experience, with a lot more. I mean, with a ton of benefits, right? I mean, like I said, they work hard, but they're getting a lot out of it. A lot of life experience and a lot of opportunities.
Like, it's crazy how many friends, coaches, teammates, people from the church, counselors, all teachers will just come and ask like how they can help. Like, whether it's just by donating clothes or if it's by volunteering at one of our events. You know, and we have a friend that donates one of his trailers every time we need to run our clothes from our storage shed to Trinity to set up a shopping event. Like, it's crazy how much everyone wants to help. It's really cool to see. It's helped us raise awareness about a group we care about. I mean, community sport has energized us and made us learn and do more than we ever imagined could be possible.
And final question for you. What does the future look like for Closet2Closet, and how do you see yourself involved with the organization 2, 5, even 10 years down the line?
I'm not sure. It's an organization that's grown so much faster than we ever thought it would, right? And a lot of that's due to the generosity of the people of the community and the way the community has embraced it and just want to help and volunteer and donate. And so it's grown so much bigger and faster than we ever thought it would, that honestly, I'm not sure that we have a huge vision. We'll just continue to keep growing it and see where it goes. And, we've changed the way it works, versus day one. Day one, we were very much about, hey, we'll have these 4 events and people have to come to the events and no exceptions. But we've changed that, with just the realization of the population that we serve. A lot of times they have very chaotic lives and they can't necessarily make it to those events. So we started doing the care package program, as part of Closet2Closet. So, and that's something that I think has been very successful and really helped people out that, had limitations just getting to the events. So, as it continues to grow, I'd like to see the care package program expand a little bit more. And maybe we can get some better storage solutions so we can do care packages easier all the time, right? So now, because of the way we're limited to so much space and we try to maximize as much possible, we store everything like in a giant block of bins, a big cube, and it's very hard to be able to go in and look for specific sizes and types of clothing. So, in the future, hopefully we can get more of a warehouse type solution where we have racks and we have bins by category, and then that way we can go access those bins whenever we need to.
Looks like it's gonna be a very bright future considering how far we've gotten in like 2 or 3 years. It's been huge, so I can imagine how much better it's gonna get in the future down the road for Closet2Closet.
Really, we want to thank Trinity and the community here. It's just been fantastic. We've always felt welcome, and they've just helped us out on this journey so much.
And I guess what I've learned from this is you can't just look at something and say, oh, that's pretty bad. You can't just look at, oh, foster children have something they never get clothing because of my experience. I know about that. Well, you can't just look at it and say it and not do something about it. So, I'm happy that my family actually put in the work and effort to help us do this in the community, how they look back on this and they actually want to know, you folks, you actually want to know about this and how other people are trying to put in hand and donate to us so that they can also help the foster care system.
So you just want me to talk into the camera?
No,
or-
I got it right here.
Okay. Let me back up a little bit. You can edit all this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.